What's going on, guys? We're back again with one of my heroes. We got Jesse Ventura today. He's on CNN. This one's called Unclassified. Now, obviously, Jesse Ventura puts out loads of books. I think this is part of one of his book releases, but about 12 years ago, former Minnesota Governor Jesse Ventura reveals what he calls the 63 documents the government doesn't want you to see. So this is from his book, The 63 Documents the Government Doesn't Want You to See, right? This guy's a legend. Obviously, he's fully Slovakian as well. I just found that out a few months ago. He was my hero since I was like 12, guys. You know, he just questioned things, you know, big bodybuilder guy, Navy SEAL, proper man. This dude's a real alpha, dude. This guy's a legend. So we love Jesse Ventura over here. We're gonna see exactly what he says to the CNN people over at CNN. Let's get it, man. Hit that subscribe button if you want to support me. If you want to hear more, you know, conspiracies in the future, let's get it, guys.
Did you know this? Before Jesse Ventura was governor, or even a wrestling star, or even a bodyguard for all kinds of rock bands, as he explained to me in the commercial break, he was a Navy SEAL. He was in the Navy for 6 years. And,
yeah, baby.
Sir, I know it's a time in your life you don't really talk about it publicly, but Governor, you had been saying for a while that there were special ops, right, going on inside of Pakistan. Were you surprised when all these details pretty quickly started eking out about that operation and Abbottabad that took out bin Laden?
Well, you know, naturally I'm proud that it was my former guys. You know, we're members of the teams, and you're once a frogman, once a SEAL, always one. I'm proud of them. They're the best guys to do the job. They're the most highly trained. They will get the job done. But having said that, for the guys on the ground, which I have the utmost respect for and give them a hoo-yah, we can go to the political side. Deep down in my gut, I got a bad feeling because my government lies to me so often, I don't know what I can believe anymore when they tell me they've killed bin Laden.
So hang on a second, Jesse Ventura.
Don't show your body or whatever.
Do you...
She's talking about not showing the body. So this is around the time Osama bin Laden got killed, basically. 2011. So 2011 was, I think, the year they actually took out Osama bin Laden. It says 12 years ago. So it's 2023 right now, so it'd be about right. 12 years ago, yeah. It's about right, about 2011.
Wait.
Do you believe that Osama bin Laden is dead?
I don't know. They lied to me on the murder of Pat Tillman. They lied to me on the rescue of Jessica Lynch. They lied about weapons of mass destruction in Iraq. And they lied about ties to Al-Qaeda in Iraq.
What would it take for...
Yeah, so they lied about the weapons of mass destruction, ties to Al-Qaeda. So they never actually had formally a trial for who committed the 9/11 atrocities, guys. You know, you can't really, you know, a lot of people discuss like who did that, whatever, we don't know, but they don't know because they never did a trial. There was never a trial to indict Osama bin Laden, guys. So we don't know. I mean, we can assume it. He took responsibility for it like a week later, but at first he didn't take responsibility for it. He said, I don't know who did this. So I don't know, guys. It's, you know, there should be probably a trial, no? But nowadays you can just, and back then you could just convict people without even having a trial. So big hoo-yah for sure.
For the government to prove to you, as you know, your TV show is called Conspiracy Theories, what would it take for you to believe that he's dead?
I don't know. You know, I like I said, I want to believe he's dead. But when you have someone in your lifetime in a period of 10 years that tells you a half a dozen major lies, it becomes difficult then when they do tell you the truth.
Yeah, because I had a friend before, guys. I just stopped hanging out with him, stopped talking to him. He would just lie about the most random shit, like boxing. I'm a boxing champion. Like, I just did all this. I finished college, and then I'd ask him like a couple days later, and his stories just wouldn't line up. He probably lied 10, 20 times in 6 months period. I was like, I can't with this guy, dude. Just come straight lies to your face. Normally when you're talking to one person one-on-one, you know, you believe the guy. You know, for the most part they're talking correct, right? Just lying straight to a guy is insane. Like, I just don't want to hang out with people that are lying, man. And the government especially, they're gonna lie to you about all this weapons of mass destruction. People don't remember about that stuff. I remember it, and I'm 28 years old. It's crazy.
How do you know you're getting the truth?
Yeah.
So back when everyone was talking about whether or not his photos, back when everyone was talking about whether or not his photos should have been released, you would have said what? Yes?
Well, let's look at the situation. They said he was on a dialysis machine 10 years ago. Experts have said the disease he suffered from is generally fatal within 2 years. How did he manage to survive 10?
Yeah.
We don't even know. They don't even know for sure if he had one kidney or not. You know.
I heard that too before. Like, they said that he was like in a cave living off dialysis, but don't dialysis machines need to be like hooked up to generators, and like doesn't it need like a pretty sophisticated, like you need to be in like the ICU unit sometimes? You know, that's no joke, guys. You know, the disease he had, because obviously, you know, and then they were saying he died in 2003 or something. He died a couple of years later, but then they just kept up this false narrative of there's somebody out there that's, you know, attacking America's freedom. You know, it took them 20 years to get him or whatever, or, you know, 10 years at least to get him. I mean, there's only one guy. It shouldn't have been that hard to get a guy, you know, just one guy. The American has a $1 trillion security system. You know, it's just very strange, right? I don't understand.
So let's move on. Let's talk politics, because I want to talk about.
Let's ask this.
Go ahead.
How do we kill a guy that we never indict?
Jesse Ventura, I'm asking the questions today. Let's talk.
And there you have the answer, guys. CNN. That's CNN's answer right there. You can't even answer the question. Nobody even indicted, and you know, we love the American government, but they didn't even indict OSB, right? OBL. So how do they know who did it, right?
Politics, specifically your fellow Minnesotan, Michelle Bachmann. She has yet to officially come forward, though she is going to her birthplace of Waterloo in Iowa soon. She hasn't announced she's running for president yet. She's expected to. Why do Minnesotans love her?
I don't know. I certainly don't vote for her. I live in her district, but she will never get my vote. I can't answer that. You'd have to talk to the Minnesotans that vote for her.
But you used to be governor. You're in the know. You talk to folks back there. What do they say about her?
No, I don't. I live in Mexico half the year. I try to stay away from politics at home. I only focus on national issues now. And so I guess they like her for whatever reason. She's a Republican in a fairly strong Republican district.
Okay, well then I won't even bother asking you about Mr. Pawlenty, as you don't want to talk state politics, even though he's running for president. But let's talk about Ron Paul.
Let me tell you this. Anyone can run for president. This is the United States. If they're of legal age and they're a U.S. citizen, they have a right to run for president.
Here's your dedication to Congressman Ron Paul, the only federal elected official who will stand up for America on the congressional floor. What is it, sir, that he gets that the rest of American politicians don't, in your opinion?
A lot of things. He gets the Federal Reserve. He asks for an audit of that. He's just a guy.
An audit of the Federal Reserve. What he means by that is like where the funds are going, where the taxes are coming from, where they're going. You know, is everything up to date? Is everything up to board on the government side? You know, not just like, oh, we're missing $2 trillion or whatever.
Who asks the real questions and isn't afraid to speak up and state what it is. And I respect anybody that will speak their mind like Congressman Paul does and will be honest. We can differ in opinion. He and I differ on the abortion issue. He's pro-life, I'm pro-choice. But I still respect the man. That's just one issue. I look at the big picture, and Ron Paul's the best guy we got out there.
Okay. Jesse Ventura, I just have to ask before I let you go, what's with the shades?
Sure. Hunter Thompson's gone, and I've been reading a lot of Hunter S. Thompson's work.
Yeah.
And now that he's not here to warn us anymore about what's going to happen, I would like to assume the role of Hunter
S. Thompson. He was a legend. He was like a forward thinker, guys. I love that dude.
S. Thompson now,
thus
since
the
Hunter's
sunglasses?
left us.
Thus the sunglasses?
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
A lot of people asking on Twitter. Just an answer for the people. Governor Ventura, thanks so much for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Always my pleasure. It's an enjoyment.
Legendary, guys. We got Jesse Ventura answering the hard-hitting questions there. 1,200 likes on a video that has 148,000 views. We don't know the dislike ratio, but all the comments are saying that he's a legend. So that'll show you how much he's loved, man. I love you guys all. Leave in the comments down below what you think of all that. I'll see you all in the next one, guys. Peace.